Hey everyone, welcome to Shelf Life Lego and my first ever city update. Now let's head on over to the build desk and see what we're going to add. The first building I decided to add to my city is set 31097 Townhouse Pet Shop and Cafe from 2019. Now with most of my sets, I build them in studio first to get an idea of the layout and the design, and then I kind of create from there. Now, while this set comes with two buildings, today we're just going to be focusing on the pet shop portion of it. So I went ahead and removed that from the other building. And in my city, I tried to keep things on a layout that's divisible by 8. So 8 by 8, 8 by 16. Just feel that that lines up well with Lego base plates, the current modulars, allows me to interchange things pretty easily. I also look at a set and try to see what design features I want to keep as I move forward, and try to incorporate that into my own build. So let's see what we come up with. This is the design I came up with. I went ahead and kept the pet shop at the bottom and then turned the rest of it into a beer garden. As you can see, I kept the main color scheme and other features like the glass fronts, the shutters, the profile bricks, and the pergola. So we're gonna go ahead and see if we can recreate that in brick form. All right, here we are over at the build desk, and what I have here is a basic 16 by 24 Mills plate, and I know a lot of people struggle on whether to Mills or not when creating their own Lego city, but for me it's kind of a no-brainer because I plan on running lights to all of my buildings in the future. So I started with a basic floor plan of just tiles, and we'll go ahead and get started with the build. All right, we got the first couple of layers done, but before we get too much further, I want to go ahead and start adding some detail to the inside. First couple quick notes. I don't think it's necessary for buildings to have backs on them. It is Lego and they're meant to be played with. However, all of mine will, as I'm hoping it keeps light from flooding out once they're lit. And secondly, I don't think it's super important to have a way for your minifigures to get to upper levels. However, I do work with individuals with special needs, and that's important to me, and I want that to be represented in my city. So all of my buildings will have a way to the upper floor with elevators, or at least the impression of an elevator. I made this more of a fish store rather than a pet shop. I guess it will only sell fish, and I know whenever I go into a fish store, they always have brightly colored sands or rocks, so I went ahead and put some of those over here. And I went ahead and created a fish tank with a cabinet and a blue windscreen to represent the water, and some of the Lego sticker pack stickers. Just cut them out for the fish. I went ahead and created another version, just a different style cabinet, different color. All right, I know also whenever I go in, there's usually a big fish in the front or a big tank that everybody stops and looks at when they go in. So I wanted that to be represented as well. So I have a big old fish tank to go in the front. All right. And this side over here is actually going to be the entranceway up to the beer garden. So we're going to go ahead and put in some just basic seating. And then just a basic plant. All right. All right, next we're going to go ahead and add a shelf, ideally just little corals or filters, just different items to put in your tank. Got a little goldfish on there. And then we got a little smaller one, again with food or filters or something on it. Go ahead and put that one over here. All right, before we finish this first level, I just added a few last details. Went ahead and added a patron in here looking to possibly buy a fish or to pester the fish. Another gentleman waiting for the elevator who's also able to look into the fish store. And then the sticker, another sticker from the sticker pack, and you can see our elevator is now in place. All right, first level is pretty much complete. All we need to do is finish it up by adding some signage. So the first sign I have is for the inside. Kind of silly, but we'll go ahead and put that in here. Yeah, it says tanks for nothing, kind of punny, but maybe it implies that there's discount tanks. I don't know. All right, the second one we're gonna go ahead and add is for our beer garden. So pretty simple little sign. We're gonna go ahead and add some of these leaf pieces. And then I have basically, I guess, a light beer, like an American style beer. And then I have a dark beer, like a Guinness. Oops. All right, that looks pretty good. All right, so this last sign was actually inspired by set 40442, the Brickheads Goldfish and Fry from 2021. Just put my own little spin on it. So we'll go ahead and put that together real quick. And put some eyes on here. All right, and then for the fins, put one there, and put one here. Looks pretty good. And we'll go ahead and just add a piece of seaweed over here. All right. All right, so now all we have to do is attach that to the front and we should be done with level 1. So let's go ahead and put this guy on here. And that on here. Give it some, make it look like some bubbles. And then finally, add him right there. Turn the camera up. It looks pretty good. And I think level 1 is complete. On to level 2. All right, just like as in the first floor, went ahead and got started with the inside tiling. And we're gonna go ahead and add some cabinetry back here, maybe some little mini fridges for the beers. And went ahead and put in some mini beers, or some beers in the fridge. Oh. There. Some more in here. All right. Then I went ahead and figured to add some, I guess, kegs. I know they're not metal, but I'll put some kegs over here in the corner. And we'll go ahead and put in our bar. So we got some drinks ready to go, some empties, and a little footrest there. All right, that looks good. We'll go ahead and put in some seating. All right, I think that looks good. All right, got the majority of the walls up. Just wanted to add a few quick things. I think every bar needs a TV with a game on it. Go ahead and put that in. And then I went ahead and, let's just be honest, I stole this design from Robin Hood Bricks. It's fantastic. No need to reinvent the wheel. Switched up the color a little bit, but for the most part, it's pretty much exactly his design. Go ahead and slide that in here. Put that in there. And then we have ourselves a dartboard. And looks like somebody missed the board completely. Been there myself. Just slide that in here. All right. And then we have our beer taps. Try to make it look like they're inside the wall. Put that in. All right, and then pretty much every beer garden or craft beer place I've been to has little signs that show what the beer is that you're going to be ordering. So I went ahead and chose some of those. Put those in. All right, before we close this in, let's add some minifigs. We got ourselves a bartender. Like every beer garden, plaid is required. All right, let's get ourselves a patron. Bellied up to the bar. So we've got our culprit who missed the dartboard. And of course a supportive friend who's laughing. And then maybe someone who's just entering the bar. I think that looks pretty good. I'll go ahead and finish off this level. All right, I think we're done with this level. So let's just add it to the first. See how we're looking. All right, looks pretty good. Let's move on to the last level. All right, for the final level, you're able to come up the elevator and then go out into this patio with that fake grass that they always have outside at bars. So we're gonna go ahead and add some beer signage, maybe a surfboard, maybe this guy here, a video tile, and then maybe Guard Dog. That sounds like a beer company. All right, and then we have a little table here to collect all your empties. That's pretty good. And then for outside on the patio, I'm gonna go ahead and put this here. I went ahead and made some cornhole boards. And also big Jenga. At least to give you the impression that they're playing Jenga. All right, that looks pretty good. I'll go ahead and finish up the walls and add some people. All right, I went ahead and finished this up, finished the walls, add the people. See what we got here. With a beard like that, you know you have to be good at cornhole. This guy's sweating. His friend's laughing at him, and this guy back here had a little too much to drink. But I think that looks good, so we'll go ahead and add that to the build. Alright, let's put that on here. Alright, I think we're looking good. Just the roof to go, and I think we're done. Alright, I went ahead and finished off the roof. I really wanted to keep this pergola style covering, and I just added some vents or air conditioners or whatnot on top. So I think I'm going to go ahead and add this and see what it would look like all put together. Alright, here's what it looks like all put together. Now all we have to do is add it to our city. Well, here's what it looks like in place. I think it'll look a lot better when we start putting other buildings in, but I think that's going to do it for our very first ever city update. So please do tell me what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe. That would really help me out. And we'll see you next time for another update. Thanks.